Yes. No, I was talking to Nisha. He just walked by. Peter, I need the names of the people presented. He sent me, see highlights below. Is one name, Alan First, and then it says public risk insurance providers, 10 minutes. Names, emails, I need contact info. I don't know who they are. That's why I'm asking. I don't know who they are. Yes.
Are we ready?
Give me some hand sanitizer.
I'll put it on.
All right. I call to order the special city council meeting of the Miami Gardens City Council for September 28th, 2020. Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilwoman Campbell,
Present.
Councilman Leon, Councilman Stevens,
Here.
Councilwoman Wilson,
Here.
Councilman Williams, Vice Mayor Harris, Mayor Gilbert.
I'm here.
You have a quorum.
We have 4?
Yes, we have 4, sir.
Okay, perfect. Please rise for invocation and pledge of allegiance. God, thank you for this day that we've never seen before, we'll never see again. Bless us and keep us, order our steps, help us more like your son, Jesus Christ. In Jesus' name we do pray, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, on to, I think we have one item. Public comment. Are there public comments? Do we have anything registered?
No pre-registered public comments, sir.
Anybody hand raised?
No, sir.
Okay, public comments open, public comments now closed. We're on to resolutions. Mr. Clerk, read 5.1.
Item 5.1, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Miami Gardens, Florida, awarding RFP number 19-20-016, agent of record insurance broker blank, authorizing the city manager to negotiate and execute a contract for this purpose, providing for adoption representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by the city manager. And also, I will note for the record that Councilman Williams has logged on to the meeting.
Show him is present. Okay, Mr. Manager.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, council members. I'm going to turn this over to our Procurement Director, Peter Parkin, for a brief introduction. And then there will be 2 presentations given to council members, and then we'll go from there. Thank you. Mr. Parkin?
He's being moved over right now.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Mayor. Good morning, council members, city manager, city attorney, city clerk, and staff. I am Peter Parkin, the procurement manager. I'm here today regarding RFP 1920-016, agent of record insurance broker. RFP was advertised on March 18, 2020, and the RFP closed on June 17, 2020. A evaluation committee meeting was held on September 16th, and the recommendation of award was posted to BidSync. And the item is here before the council today for presentation by the 2 top firms. And the council can, per our policy, can review, can re-rank, or it can send it back to the evaluation committee. And we have 2 firms here. Halifax and Priya. The presentation will be 10 minutes each and 5 minutes for questions and responses. We have Halifax that will go first in alphabetical order.
Thank you. Proceed.
Mr. Mayor, can I be heard?
Yes,
City
you may.
Attorney. Pursuant to Florida statutes, when anytime an applicant is giving a presentation like this, it is not public for the public edification. So the clerk is going to have to do something with the people that are online while they're doing this presentation.
Mr. Clerk, could you have this made available to only the panelists?
Give me 1 second. Let me check. Hold on.
Council members, while one of the listed options was that we could rescind this back to committee, we're going to make a decision today because this is for the city's liability insurance and it lapses at the end of this month. So we're going to have to we're making a decision today. And by the way, the Miami Heat are going to the NBA championship. The Miami Dolphins won on Thursday night, and the University of Miami Hurricanes, throw them up, smashed Florida State. I only bring the Florida State thing up because Cameron, the city manager, has an affinity for Florida State, and Craig Clay, the deputy city manager, is a proud no. It's great to be a Miami Hurricane.
Something happened to my video. I can't.
That part.
Something happened to my video. I can't hear you.
No, you can hear me. It's fine. If you can't hear me, you can see that score from outer space. We scored more points on y'all than what?
Scandals.
Broke a record on y'all. We just broke a record on y'all. Listen, and I wouldn't be doing this, but the Florida State fans were so irritatingly arrogant. Our coach got COVID. We still gonna beat y'all.
Ooh.
That's what they were doing on Facebook. But that's fine. We understand that they're rebuilding, and we wish them luck and God's grace and speed. This is 3 years in a row. No, this is 4 years in a row. So if you went to Florida State 4 years ago, you graduated and you ain't never beat the University of Miami.
Wow.
Are you finished, Mayor?
I'm good. Let's do reports now. Are you ready, Mario? Are you ready? Can you do this now? Because Mr. Clerk, if you're not ready, we'll do the council reports and get those out of the way. We'll take out everything but this, if you're not ready. All right, let's start reports.
Yes, if you could do the reports while we try to figure this out.
Okay.
Give us some second.
Mr. Leon, I see you've joined the meeting late. Show him present. Do you have a report? Well, hold on, before we go to you, Mr. Manager, do you have a report?
No, not after that, Mayor. No, I have nothing.
No, but your daughter's a no, right? You got a bumper sticker and everything or something, right?
Yes, sir. My
Oh.
daughter graduated from Florida State, yes.
Yeah, okay, my bad. All right, Madam Attorney, my fellow UM Hurricane alumni, do you have a report? Her picture frozen, so that means no, but she got AT&T for Wi-Fi at her house, so we don't know what's going on. Mr. Clerk, you don't have a report, do you? No, he has no report. Okay, Mr. Leon, go. And Mr. Leon, stop talking to someone off camera. Give us your report, please.
I don't have any report today.
All right. Councilwoman Campbell.
Nothing to report.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Yes. We had a wonderful cleanup on Keep Miami Garden in the Florida Memorial area. And it was very nice. They had a lot of gentlemen that were out there working hard to clean up both the Rho, I think it's the Rho Sigma fraternity and the Zeta roads. And so it was really nice to be out there. And then I think the other thing that I'm really happy to report is that we're really working hard in Seaport to mobilize the vote to ensure that all of our residents get out and participate in the voting that is coming up. I know that there are several ways in which members can ensure that we get the vote out, and that is number one, to be safe. Wear your mask no matter what. Number two, for all of the women that are out there, anybody that comes into your house and wants to eat, they've got to show you I voted. That's the thing that's going on. If they gather around your table, make sure that they have an obligation and have fulfilled their obligation to vote. Because, as I was telling my family, we've lost some people due to COVID. So that means that we've got to find a replacement vote for them to ensure that somebody who ordinarily may not think it's important, that they replace and they stand in the gap for those who may be gone on to the other side, that they vote this year, if not for themselves, but they vote for them. So voting is like essentially and critically important for our community. And so, like I said, my report is that I am doing everything I can on the ground to ensure that the members in C4 are voting, and everybody that I have an opportunity to touch and speak a word into them, that they understand how important this election truly is, not just for us, but for our future and the future of democracy. So that is my report.
Hello, Tristan.
That's definitely her report. Peter, you should mute your phone, by the way. Councilman Stevens.
No report.
Councilman Williams. Councilman Williams on? Okay, we're going to assume that it's a report. I'll give a brief report. The governor issued an executive order Friday, which ostensibly reopened the state. It was an epically ridiculous thing for him to do. It was actually dumb, and if we're not careful, this will cost us lives. It'll because we're looking at a projected spike anyway because it's the flu season, and now we're opening up bars and restaurants. We can't seem to do anything about that right now. We're going through it. What we can do is the mask requirement is still in place. So he made us unable to collect fines, but we can still enforce it as a misdemeanor. People are going to wear masks. Mr. Manager, our police officers need to become more vigilant immediately about the mask when they see people stopped. Because at this point, if you have bars open and you have clubs open, you have to have people with masks on. So if we're not careful, this could lead to a very, very, very dangerous and a fatally dangerous fall for some people. And so I understand that it's popular and everybody wants to get back out and everybody wants to open business back up and everybody wants to be free to live their lives unencumbered by restrictions. I do too, but I would just encourage all the elected members of this council to always know that leadership isn't doing what people want you to do when they want you to do it. Leadership requires more than doing what's popular. Real leadership is tested when you have to do what's unpopular, but it's right. And so, science is science. This virus is this virus. This virus is a killer. I've spoken, it's affected this dais personally. It's affected the city personally. I've spoken in far too many homegoing ceremonies that could have been prevented if earlier in the year somebody would have just said no, and everybody in the country just wear a mask. So where they failed, we will not. People will wear masks. We will enforce it. And Madam Attorney, if the governor has a problem with that, we got lawyers too. But we're enforcing a mask requirement. And so if we need to change something, Mr. Manager, Attorney, get together, we'll change something. If we need to go into the county's ordinance instead of ours because theirs is criminal, then we'll go into the county's ordinance. But we're gonna wear masks in Miami Gardens. So I know that the manager has been briefing you all on how we reopen the city. We're gonna look at that because we have to we have two charges, not just to keep the public safe, but to keep our employees safe. And so we're gonna do that, a reopening with that in mind. We're gonna try to be as careful as we can. But it's going to take not just my voice or the managers or the chiefs, it's all of our voices. It's you seeing people and talking to people. It's understanding that our relationships with the business owners in this community, it's incumbent on them that if people are entering their facility without masks, that they do not serve them. And that should be for the safety of the customers, but also for the safety of their employees. So we have far too many multi-generational homes in Miami Gardens. We have far too much density in Miami-Dade County. We have far too many frontline workers, not just essential workers, but frontline people who are going to be in contact with people on a regular basis. So the mixture of frontline people going back to generational homes could be bad. The mixture of all these kids having to go back to school, coming to back to generational homes, could be bad. Yeah, so I'm calling on everyone on this council, everyone in this city, everyone who can be an ambassador of this message, to be vigilant. Don't let somebody tell you it's all good when you can see people dying around you, because you all wanted to go to the club, because you want to have a drinking party. Fun is fun, but in my experience, being alive trumps everything. That's just my experience. So that would be my report. Oh, that, and I've been speaking with the manager. As you all know, I'm transitioning to the county commission. We're going to, be using, the city staff is going to be helping me transition. We've never transitioned a mayor into any other elected office. And so we're going to be figuring that out and figuring out the protocols. And we're going to be figuring out how we still do a council retreat. Councilwoman Wilson, I know I have not forgotten that I promised you a council retreat, where we could sit down and we could have somebody come in and facilitate, and you all could ask questions as much as you want. We're going through an extraordinary transition in leadership, probably the largest this council has ever seen. So, just for continuity of leadership and continuity of ideas and services, we have to keep, we will, I'm not going anywhere, so I'll be here, but we can definitely still have a council retreat. So the clerk will start to focus on that stuff. I guess since everything's open now. So yeah, we can, I'm assuming FIU Center is available and we can find places to have it now because everything's open. So that's something we're going to be looking at, getting back on the books, and we'll go from there. We'll go from there. So you all have any questions? All right, Mr. Clerk, are you ready?
Yeah, what we're gonna need to do, Mayor, is put this meeting into recess. I've just emailed the charter officers and all council members an email with the link to a presentation room via Zoom. So we will need to switch links and go into that.
Okay.
So we're going to end this meeting right here.
Hold on, Mr. Clerk. We're not ending this meeting. We're not ending.
No. I mean, when I say ending, I mean ending the Zoom connection with this one so that we can start the presentation.
Okay. Well, hold on, Mr. Manager, your hand's up.
I just want to make sure that Peter and
All right.
folks like that have the availability for that as well.
Yeah, I sent it over to Peter as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you all. I guess I'll see you all in the private room.
Everyone, please mute yourself in this room so that the people's presentations can be heard.
Okay. Thank you, Son.
Go ahead and leave this room because we're going to end this one right here. I can't hear you, Sonia. I can't hear you.
Okay, the city council and the mayor have to come back here in order to do their deliberations.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna
we'll come
we're gonna
back to
start
this.
this. Come back to this
Okay.
one. They're gonna come back to their panelist emails.
Just for the public that's listening, we will be coming back in about a few minutes or so.
Yeah.
Okay.